what I have,
Okay, so that's definitely putting me on the spot, because of the recent changes in times. So on platforms like Facebook, suddenly you start to see like a lot of advertising. We see a lot of new gurus come up, talking about how to start your online business, or how to do drop shipping, how to catch on with the trend of times, and cash in with the newest thing, and make $1 million this round, and things like that. Because of course, everybody wants to catch on to the trend, and nobody wants to miss out. But yet, what I'd like to say is that not everything is for everybody. Yeah, so this is great, that for Jeannie, my mom, like she's trying to keep up with the times. So she's reinvented herself. Last time it used to be mainly when she does trainings, it's like face to face. It's always like the usual way that we do things, or like on an online call. So she's never done like video calls or video group presentations or conferences, and she's even started on video trainings. So it's good to keep up with the trend, but I also find that we cannot be too quick to rush into things. So the first that I would share, because today's topic is about 3 ways to make sure that we actually tap into the times of change, but yet we don't want to do it in a rushed way or in a fearful way. Because a lot of people are scared of missing out. And so so it can be an opportunity, but also there's a danger there that you may end up throwing away your money too fast, to the next online guru or the next person that's going to teach you a course on something, because you're scared to lose out. So why I say that? Because I feel that for everybody, we are called towards different things. So for somebody, it may be an online kind of thing. For another person, maybe it's creating a virtual product, so to do it internet as well. But for another person, it can be something totally different, nothing to do with online. Yeah, so not everybody does like creates Facebook or Instagram or things like that. So like for KFC, for example, Colonel Rogers, like if he were to be caught up in doing like the internet thing back then, so during those days, there were people going that route, or even selling tissue paper or doing logistics or doing distribution. So there's many ways to actually catch the flow of times. So you got to find what is authentically true to you. So don't just go with the flock, just because everybody seems to be like becoming a property agent at one stage. Everybody is now all going to online, becoming a platform coach online. So it doesn't mean that is your kind of thing. So we got to ask ourselves first, what am I being led to? Because in these times of change, there are certain things that may come to you and only you. For whatever reason, let's say you live in a particular area in the world, or you see a certain kind of dynamic because you're exposed to that industry, and you see a shortcoming, or you see something that's missing there, that you could actually plug the gaps and you could fill in. So that is something that you will have that all the other so-called online speakers or internet marketers may not have access to. And that can be your ticket towards the next thing that you're trying to create in life. So that's the first thing, like finding out where am I being led to, like individually. So to see the whole trend is good, but also like I myself, what is uniquely shown to me that maybe somebody else hasn't seen yet or doesn't have that kind of perspective. And then second, like what I'll do is we just go for it, to the best of our abilities. Because a scary thing is usually before we start something, we try to predict like how is this thing going to turn out? Am I definitely going to succeed? Let's say if it's a business, am I definitely going to make money? Can my cash flow sustain the number of projected years it takes to be successful? Let's say based on my projection, and things like that. So there's all this trying to predict the future, which is a real waste of time and it's frustrating because very obviously we can't predict whether or not this next thing that we have in mind is definitely going to succeed. Because if we are able to, then for sure we'll be in on it. We don't even need to think about it or worry that much. Like the next thing that somebody is sharing online, like, some say, go and buy this stock or go into this particular real estate investment trust. Maybe the next thing is to start a drop shipping business or whatever it is that people are saying. So if you are clear that that's surely going to succeed, then it's not a question, we would have already gone for it. So the fact that we don't shows that we can't tell, for sure, unfortunately. We can just predict to the best of our abilities, but we don't want to overdo it so that we get stuck, and then we start to second guess ourselves every day. So we start something, and then next day it's like, hey, but I haven't made $1 million yet. Is this really the right thing for me? I thought it should be a guaranteed thing, or maybe I'm not feeling so sure. If it's the right thing for me, every day should feel like peaches and roses. Every day I should get up happy, and very optimistic for the day, and I should never feel discouraged, never have any doubts, worries, fears. So that's not how things work, and we don't want to let that become a limiting factor that ends up distracting us. We put too much of our time and mental resources there. So once we have that, we go for it. That's step number 2. And then the third one is something that maybe is not a popular kind of thing to say, but to me, myself, is just trust in things. So when we've already done our best and we see a particular way to move, and we see that there's potential, we did our research, we did whatever we can. So go for it with all our heart. And then the rest, we just have to trust, in the process, and trust that things will work out as they are meant to. No, of course, for us, we would want that to be a success, however it's defined based on the next thing we're trying to do. But be it whether we believe in God, or universal law, or cause and effect, if something is meant to happen, it will. Especially when we're giving our best shot at it and everything. But we can't tell 100% for sure. So the next part is, if we can trust the process, then we will free up our mental capacity and resources to not every day worry about things, and try to predict the future, or fear what's going to happen tomorrow, or oh no, what if the thing that happened to me last time in the past, repeats itself. Because these are things that are out of our control. So this will just suck your energy and end up you'll be worrying about it for very long, when this time can actually be spent re-evaluating how's the current process. How are things moving along? Is this particular venture, or is this new project that I'm taking up, is it progressing? Are there any processes that maybe I can fine tune? Is there a way that I can make things more efficient? Can I see the next step? That also happens along the way, because we can't see everything all at once.